We thought Farmstead was what we were expecting, and we came here and we believed it even more.
We care for the product from the seed all the way into the moment that we serve it.
At the end of our wedding, it was above and beyond what we could ever have even imagined.
I think that what we do is a step farther than the idea of farm to table. The idea that I say is that we're seed to service.
Yeah, in the early days it was just me, basically. I was the head chef, the head administrator, the farm manager, and the farm labor. I didn't really have the money or resources, so I ended up doing silly things like carrying water from the bathtub to the cows out in the barn. 20 buckets a day. But there was no infrastructure here. There was just this idea.
I was farming at another farm nearby and met Dylan. He offered me a chance to do what I wanted to do.
At the time, I was working at a large hotel doing catering and banquets, and so I had the experience. Finding a place that sources all of their ingredients locally is basically unheard of, so that was just eye-catching right there.
Started working as a server just for events. It just made sense to transition and grow veggies and flowers for all the events up here.
3 years ago, Dylan mentioned they had a catering company and they were looking for help, and I did a couple jobs for him the first year, and then last year came on full time. We're going for it.
You know, a main inspiration for starting this business was that so many farm-to-table businesses, or so many that profess to have farm-to-table food, don't actually do that.
I think the difference is that the people who are arranging the wedding and the chefs who are cooking the food are the farmers.
So when we were looking for who we wanted to cater our wedding, what was really important to me is that the food was grown in a sustainable manner, that we knew the people who grew the food, and that it truly was farm to table.
He's 10 weeks old.
Really? It was pretty neat when they invited us up here for a visit, and for us to truly see that there's no middleman or other entity, that the people we're working with are the ones growing our crops.
I'll make these guys some butter for their wedding, or what? She's a sweet girl.
I think that it actually is more than just farm to table. I mean, they literally do not use anything that they don't grow here.
Instead of clients contacting us and us giving them a list of what we can serve them and how we can serve it, we ask them what they want. What do you want? What inspires you? What do you like? And we just make it happen.
Wedding food has sort of become really boring, and so when people find out that we cook animals over fire, or we're willing to do wood-fired pizzas, or we'll figure out a way to make our own soft serve or something like that, it's just fun. A fixed menu for us is a message to clients that they're uniform to us, but they're not. Each event is unique and each client we have is unique. You know, how can we simulate an experience and give people something they're going to remember?
We bring clients in a year out because we have to have that ability to plan what we're going to plant, when we're going to harvest it.
We plan all these site visits, and we also encourage all of our clients to come to the farm.
The texture, the starch, the sugars, everything changes about the apple.
They kind of wanted to learn our story and kind of understand what our connection was and what our appeal was with them, and I think we felt like we both saw a lot in each other, and it made the partnership really rewarding at the end, without a doubt.
From very early on, we decided that we wanted to serve pizza up here.
Have a pizza party.
We want to serve it family style, just to make it like this big, grand thing. A lot of caterers do pizza stations, but we really wanted to make it feel like dinner, like what we do on Sunday nights.
People say, hey, we want to do pizzas, do wood-fired pizzas. We don't have a wood-fired pizza oven, but we'll make it happen.
The logistics were pretty intimidating to a lot of the caterers we reached out to.
They sourced a gigantic oven that was lined with sheep's wool. It was such a production. And I wanted logs running down the entire length of our tables, and I wanted the logs growing mushrooms. And Dylan heard that and just dove right into that idea.
And I told Taylor about it. We talk about every menu. And I said, here's what they want to do for the place setting. And Taylor said, let's have them be edible mushrooms.
Dylan ended up coming out and harvesting the mushrooms in a basket, starting to pluck them from the logs, interacting with the guests, having them harvest the mushrooms, and then they all come back with mushroom pizza. And that was just like for everyone.
And people said, we didn't even know this was a thing. And we said, it's not.
One of my favorite events, and it was my first event that I was really a part of Farmstead from start to finish, was Josh and Michelle's this past winter.
Our wedding was right before New Year's. It was December 28th to the 30th.
It was an event we hadn't done before in the winter, and all these conditions we weren't sure. We had to expect the worst case scenario just in case. How are we going to do this if it's a blizzard?
They were able to pretty much take everything related to the planning off of our hands. Where is their space? It's 20 degrees out. What can we do outside? What if there's 2 feet of snow? And there was snow.
We had a backup plan for a backup plan, so we were more than ready, and it was a great event.
For me to see how much people enjoyed the food was really special. A lot of people still talk about how much they loved the food at our wedding.
Even in my blind eye to different things like this, I even could tell, wow, they're really good.
You can see they're already starting to come out today. So I thought it was dying when I first got here. So I actually grafted a bunch of these branches onto these baby apple trees that are here. So even if this one dies, we'll still have those varieties here. I think I've cried at every ceremony just 'cause. Those are the people that, for 365 days or more, I was up at 5 a.m. to milk cows or do something for them, not because it's making me rich,
It's less about that this is the business that I run. It's more about that I love sharing this lifestyle with anyone who's willing to be a part of it.
And for something like a wedding, which is a celebration and a special occasion, I think people who value the idea of this is a shared meal that I'm, inviting all my friends and family to, those are the couples that we look for, I guess, are people who see the role of food as this like piece of the celebration that we can all take part in.
I think there's something to be said with a relationship from the time you meet to the time you get married. It's a process. What was unique about this experience was that it was a process to grow the food, grow the animals, harvest the produce, and prepare this incredible meal. There were some parallels going on there that I think were pretty symbolic of the ceremony itself.
This food is fueling something really special, and once you feel like everything that's already special about a marriage and a wedding, and then you add to it the love that we're putting into our food, somehow we played a part in that, or at least we honored it. That feels like that's where we want to be.
Well, you haven't eaten your dinners yet, so some of you have not tasted the amazing food that we have. But a huge thank you to the catering staff, Farmstead Catering. There are a bunch of them here today, but we've worked closely with a few of them in particular. Taylor, he crafted the menu with us and gave us lots of options, and seriously, my mouth has been watering since learning what food was going to be here several months ago. It's just truly incredible what he's able to put on a plate, and it's amazing. And of course, Kirsten did the flowers. So you'll see we have dried flowers everywhere. They grew them on their farm or in the woods close to their farm and dried all of them. And last but not least, Healy, who may or may not be here somewhere. She is kind of the one who organized this wedding along with Heidi. So everything you see is because she's super organized and very detail oriented. So again, thank you all for being here so much.